gonna hop
Oh, sure.
on. I don't know. He might pop in at some point.
Cool.
Um,
Brilliant.
so I think we want to move forward, and probably what it will end up being is like a 3 month trial. Let's see how it
Mm.
goes. Let's see how everything works together.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'll have to make a decision, right? I just stepped up my Google ad spend
Okay.
also. I think, we experienced a week where things were really slow and just, some decline in lead quality.
Right.
As soon as I upped my Google ad spend a little bit, um, and then said, let's not go through, let's not try to step it up slowly. It's okay if it triggers a learning period for Google. So
Mm.
got kind of aggressive with upping that spend.
Nice.
Lead flow is like
Beautiful.
right
Okay.
back to kind of my typical. So I just don't want to have a knee-jerk reaction that forces me into like
Of
doubling my
course.
market spend forever. Like, let's
Yeah.
give it 90 days and assess what's working well and probably either cut back a little bit on the other side or, just figure it out from there.
Mm. Okay. I think, yeah, that's a completely reasonable thing to do. Makes sense, 100%.
Um, Walk me through again, just so that I fully wrap my head
Yeah,
around what is going to be different with your system compared to what I'm already doing on the
definitely.
marketing front.
Oh, okay, good. The refresher on really the main differentiators is going to be one, the way the system actually works is very, very different. So I want you to think of it like a central hub we're building that plugs into all those accounts, Facebook, Instagram, Google, etc. It's about 12 different sources for targeting ads. Then every single hour, every single day, we are constantly and automated. It's basically automatic, monitoring and seeing where we're most expecting the conversion leads to come from. People most likely to actually buy through like behavior, their intent profiles, everything we can see. That's the biggest thing, is seeing how people behave. A qualified lead to us is more about the behavior of the lead, the intent, the interest, rather than did they answer questions and did they go through all these stages. For example, we get leads that like we just capture name, number, and email, but they're still fantastic. We had a guy just sell one for 15K just now, one of the new guys, and it was just a name, number, email, because our targeting is incredibly precise and it looks for the behavior. So that's number one. Number two is the data. 6 years worth of data we will plug straight into your account. You'll probably be aware of this sort of stuff, pixels, data sets, audiences, all that stuff. We have a stupid amount of that for every single industry and every type of product and service. We will literally just give it to you in the advertising system to use. It's fantastic. It speeds up the learning phase and everything like that. To be honest with you, they're the two main things I really want to focus on. Yeah.
Okay. And so like walk me through the technicalities, right? Like we sign on
Mhm.
now, how are we determining what a qualified lead looks like? You mentioned an avatar,
Yes.
and then at some point there's a landing page set up.
Mhm.
How does that look? Where does that go compared
Mhm.
to, again, like currently what we're doing? Just kind of walk me through, get me in the weeds.
Definitely. Okay, cool. So the just to give the definition there, what a qualified lead would be for us. You hop on an onboarding call, you tell us, Jack, this is who I want you to get me in front of. So that is the targeting criteria. So first of all, it's someone that is highly targeted, has seen the ad, has clicked through, opened the landing page. They will have opened the form, answered the questions, provided contact information. Once they've spent a good 5 minutes coming through that entire process, only then we would send that qualified lead through to you guys. So that would be our definition. It's a bit long-winded, but that's what we look for. And then the full process, like from start to finish, you guys say yes, we'll give it a try. We process an initial. God, we got flies out here, lovely. We process an initial 50% deposit. This guy seems to come back always when I'm talking.
They fly into your, like, try to dive bomb my mouth. I understand.
Yeah, it always happens at the worst times as well. It happened in the last call. So yeah, 50% deposit, small one-time setup fee of $150. So it's just nothing really. We would put you through to one call, which is the setup call, where it's more of a sit down. We will check all of our notes. We will make sure everything is completely correct. And it's more for me to make sure Like I'm active always on in the background all the time. But my campaigns team need to know everything that I now know. I'm the person that knows everything about you guys. They need to know everything I know. So I sit with them for a good length of time. They sit with you for a good length of time. We get together as a team. We make sure we're going to nail it first time around. Then you have an onboarding call. That's a nice call. We sit there, we show you how to use our systems, we start getting bits together and start working. And from today of starting, like it's 7 days to build it all. You'll get the first draft of the landing page and the designs. We would process the other 50% of the deposit. And once we switch you on in 7 days, it's game on. The first week, it could be a little bit choppy. After that, second week, third, you're doing just fine. Volume and quality will significantly increase from there.
Does the timeline take longer because we do want to integrate with Calendly and my CRM?
So the timeline wouldn't make a huge, like, let's say if you add in integrations, it shouldn't delay us at all. A Calendly integration, so for example, a redirect, if you're on, let's say you pay the extra setup fee for the Calendly and the other integration, it's very easy for us to do. It shouldn't delay at all.
Okay. When you mention targeting and the avatar, like my mind goes to
Mm,
it's a female and she's over 40 years old. And like,
mm.
are we getting that specific, or just so I can start to think about?
Sure. It's really tough for a lot of business owners, but I always ask people to imagine any of their previous sales they've had, or if you think of, oh, that was a good customer, they were nice, they were polite, they were friendly. If you think of that type of person and you literally anything you remember about them, usually there's a pattern that we spot. So yeah, we do get into some granular detail, especially Oliver. He'll be on the setup call. The guy is very good at what he does. He's very precise. One of his main roles here is to make sure the targeting is incredibly precise. So he will talk about all of that with you.
So would it be wise for me between now and then to comb back through all of my contracts and say the decision maker was a 52-year-old woman on this one. The decision maker on this one was a 38-year-old man. Like, is that?
Yeah, it would be really useful for us. Like if you came to the call with all of that information, yeah, 100% fantastic. Oh, Brian's here, by the way. Here he is, Mr. Brian.
Hi there.
How you doing, my friend? Welcome.
Good, thanks.
Good.
So, Brian, I was just telling Jack that most likely we're going to move forward. We want to do like a 90-day exploration, like try this, sign on, run it. I also upped my Google ad spend with Nover, so I've seen my leads rebound and definitely like more quality leads coming in the pipeline. So what I don't want to do is be locked into like a higher ad spend on that side plus this. So after 90 days, something will have to like become the priority for the budget.
Yeah.
Um, and we'll see. But I was having Jack walk me into the weeds, like getting very deep on what is set up, what do I need to know, what information is helpful, how are we targeting the right prospects. Um, so we were just kind of diving into the weeds. And then what does this look like, right? So then there's a landing page.
Mm,
You see there's 12 sources. Does that same, like, what goes on to Facebook? What goes
mm,
into
mm.
Google? Like, what is a
Hmm.
prospective customer going to see?
Good question. So it's usually a massive combination of photos, videos, motion graphics, literally anything that our content team knows is going to perform the best for that platform. So for example, the content we might use on, I'm just going to pull out random examples. The content we might use on TikTok could be very, very different to the content we use on Facebook, LinkedIn. It's really and again, the feel of the content is only designed to attract the people we want it to attract versus just everyone. So it'll be designed, quite meticulously.
Okay. So if
So
you're like, hey,
way different than the ad spend you're spending already. It's actually going to more of a targeted audience, where your ad spend with Nover is probably going towards just everybody, right? Is that correct?
But potentially, yes. So if you're just it depends the way you guys have it fully set up. But this would allow a little bit more efficiency with the way you're spending the budget.
and so then we're like, hey, we think our typical customer is between 40 and 65, and I don't know, like what all the, I just want to like start thinking about this so I can give you the right info, and as much as I can draw on true data
Yeah.
to provide that info. But say, okay, we think between 30 and 50 years old, and we're going to target them with some sort of ad. What is the, so then they see something on
Mhm.
Facebook or TikTok or wherever. They click
Mhm.
a link, they're directed to a landing page. That landing
Mm.
page has qualifying questions. Is that where they?
Sure. It's now we have like that would be the most basic example of how it works. The most common example of how this actually plays out in the real world is we have like a top of funnel ads, right, for the colder area of the market, people who are interested. And we design these adverts not to be ultra engaging, right, but to work at the same time for people that are high intent. So you don't get the price shoppers and things like that. They stop their scroll for a certain number of seconds, and that's a subtle indicator to us that they're someone we want to show more adverts to. And usually we would end up retargeting them. We put them in a retargeting sequence. They see different adverts, and it increases buying intent, increases trust. So by the time maybe our frequency is usually about 2.5 ads later, they click through. And that's done deliberately so that that clicks very high intent, and they come through and they progress very quickly through qualifying and then progressing into your sales process as well.
Okay. You said 2.5, what is the?
So like we would track frequency. So this is a bit of a metric that we deliberately do for ourselves, where we attempt for a specific lead to see our adverts or some of our adverts 2.5 times
Oh,
before they actually progress through to a lead. And we get way higher intent leads that way.
okay. Okay. And so then they click, they're working through a qualification form.
Mhm.
That's sort of how it happens right now today with my website, right? So everything's directed to the website, and
Yeah,
then there's like 4 kind of qualifying questions that they have to pass to get to my calendar to
sure.
schedule. If they don't pass, I don't have land, right? Or the location is not in an area we service,
Mm-mm.
they're automatically disqualified
Yeah,
to
perfect.
go into the calendar. So I like that format, right? Where not everybody lands a consultation.
That's it. You're absolutely right.
Okay. And so this is similar.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, I have not said anything to my marketing team that I'm going to go do this,
Sure. Okay.
but now we're going to be integrating systems, and these are systems like they manage my CRM, they manage my Calendly. So chances are, in order to integrate those things, I might need to let them know this is happening.
Mhm. Sure. I think what we'll try and do for you as much as possible, and this is something we currently do, all of the advertising we do, all the landing pages, everything, all the systems would remain completely separate to anything you've currently got set up. The only thing that wouldn't is going to be your CRM. That's the thing you want to keep clean and organized. Apart from that, yeah, it should be nice and neat and tidy.
I mean, Calendly is integrated
Calendly, that's true.
with us.
Actually, I forgot that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so
My question is, Christy, why would that matter? I mean,
it
they
doesn't. I don't know how easy it will be to that for these guys to integrate into those systems. They might need like a different login than I have.
hmm.
Sure. The integration as in a redirect to Calendly is very easy. We just redirect them to the booking page after they fill out the form. The CRM, we actually just use Zapier so we don't even need to log into any of it. We just literally send it straight to your CRM. Both of those are actually really easy to do, so that should be fine.
Okay. Then I'm just going to assume we can work through the technicalities of that with me.
Of
Um,
course.
okay. So the 50% deposit, is that of 1 month's fee? What?
That's for the first month's budget. Um, and obviously your other 50% will be due in usually about 4 to 5 days once you've had the first draft of the designs and all of that's come through to you. So that would be it. And of course, if you want the extra integration, your setup fee, the extra amount would be obviously 500 instead of the usual, and that would cover any of the extra integrations you want. So you just be paying the 50%. The setup fee will book you in for your setup call with us. I think we can even get you in tomorrow, potentially, depending on your schedule itself. But I'm likely to be able to grab you a slot nice and soon. Let's see.
Yeah.
I even have today later on, so I don't know if that'll work. Today, tomorrow we got loads actually, which is nice. So ideally, if we can bang out the setup call somewhat quickly as well, it gives my team, the information they need to just crack on, get things started.
Okay, so the first call is where we're doing like learn all the things about my business, who
Yeah.
are targeting. So I feel like I need to get a little bit prepared for that and just kind of comb back through
Sure.
everything. And that's the first one, right? And then
Yeah.
a different call for like technical setup.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah.
Hey, Chris,
Yeah,
would it be advantageous to have Suzanne involved in this so she could help manage the system?
absolutely. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely. So when we sit down to just talk it through, yeah, I'll pull her in.
Because she probably needs to
Suzanne's
know a little
our,
every.
go ahead.
She probably needs to know every little aspect of how this works. Way when we're on vacation, work doesn't have to stop.
Mm.
I agree.
Yeah. We can definitely have her on board. That would be good.
Yep. So we'll pull her in. So yeah, let's look at tomorrow. Just give me a little time to like
Yeah, for
think,
sure.
be prepared.
Definitely, absolutely. And do you want me to schedule the initial call for tomorrow, or do you want me to just catch up with you tomorrow? We set something up for next week.
No, we can schedule the initial call tomorrow.
Sure thing. Okay, cool. Let's see what we've got.
How long is that meeting typically?
I tell you what, it can be nice and quick and efficient. So it's usually like about 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, 30 minutes maximum. So it's quite easy. Let me pull this up and see what
Not a
we're
lot
working
of
with.
30-minute gap, but
Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, that would be good. Okay, what are we working with tomorrow?
Hey, Jack.
Hey.
So real quick, because I'm gonna have to drop here in a minute.
Yeah.
I need to make it my relationship, our relationship, Little Home Builders relationship is with you. You kind of got us going here. I just need the warm and fuzzy again that I know you're going to pass this off to an account manager. And I told you that was some of my hesitation because
Sure, of course.
everything's good up front. And then you get to an account manager
And then the game's different.
nothing's different. I mean, everything's different. It was like a good bait and switch. And I know that's not with you, but just so I know, we're going to have your contact. If something doesn't go right,
of course.
You're going to be open to talking with us, right?
Yeah, like let's put it this way. My phone number doesn't change. My email doesn't change. If I hear anything negative come back from you, it strongly annoys me. It makes it like it genuinely annoys me. And the team know that, so they don't make mistakes because I don't want to be annoyed. Like I'm out here on these calls and I'm doing good stuff for the business. So no, they will look after you. I'll absolutely make sure of that.
Okay.
Perfect. By the way, I'm just putting up the slots right now for Friday. You guys are Mountain Time again, is that right?
yes.
Good. Okay, I got it right this time. Okay, cool. I have quite a varied amount of slots. I've got 7 a.m., 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12, 12:30, up till 1 p.m. So a few different slots there for you.
You said 9 is available?
9:30 is.
Oh, okay. 11?
11.
No,
Yep.
11 doesn't work. Nope, sorry. That's an in-person meeting. Was there anything, what's the earliest? 9:30?
We have the earliest at 7 actually. 7 a.m.
Could you do 8:30?
Let me check Oliver's calendar because he'll need to be Oliver. Unfortunately, we've already got a few guys booked in there, so we wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Brilliant. Okay, let's open up the payment portal.